This was a pretty exciting session. I did the electrical test for the first time. I started prepping for the engine start, and I also started the front wing trim. So first I went ahead and checked the wing stays and where I threaded through the winker wire, I sort of added a little bit of electrical tape. That way it can sort of help prevent rubbing the wire and wearing it down. I also topped off the engine oil, uh, actually inside the engine. I added about one more quart for a total about 7 quarts between the engine and the dry sump. I think that was the recommended volume of oil for the system in the car. Um, and then last session, I forgot to check the passenger headlight wiring, so I went in there and did that. I did have to do a little bit of re-crimping, make sure everything was tight. And then in order to prep for the engine start, I went and disconnected the inertia switch, which will prevent the fuel pump from pumping fuel too early. And then I was also recommended to disconnect the coil pack. So I just took off the coil cover. There were 3 connectors. I just disconnected all 3. Um, and then that should get me pretty much ready for the engine start in a couple of days. I also verified a while back, I noticed that there was a sort of gap in my air box where you can see like the orange gasket of the air filter. My friend who did a build didn't have this problem, but I did. But I verified with my dealer that that's no problem. The orange gasket on the air filter will seal all the air in there. So next I connected the battery and I turned on the master battery disconnect, and the car lit up. It was actually really cool to see. So I went and tested a bunch of the switches, and most of them look like they're working. However, a few problems. One, the tachometer needle is not pointing at any numbers and is not moving. So that might be a problem. My turn signals are also not working. However, the hazards do. So I think maybe there's some sort of wiring problem there. Also, the winkers on the wings are not working, but I think that's correct because I did not connect the wire to ground for those. So I think that might be the problem there. And then finally, the oil pressure gauge is uh, at 2, even though I didn't crank the engine. So that's something I will need to check. But it was really cool seeing all the lights light up, the headlights, the tail lights, the turn signals when I turned on the hazards, and then the high beams, the DRL, the regular beams, the um, intermittent or like the quick flip of the high beams. It was really cool.